So today we're going to do a little bass jig. This is white curly tail fly using one of Chuck Kraft's ultra suede curly tails. We will go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to start off with Umpqua X Series jig hook. This is the 506 black nickel. It's a 60-degree bend on that jig hook. Large sized silver cone head. You can use tungsten or brass. Gonna add some lead wire up front. Give this a little bit of weight. I'm not using a slotted tungsten bead. You can, if you want to have it slide down and fit on that curve, but it works just fine. There was a lot of the original jig flies were made before slotted beads were even in existence. And so what I'm going to do is I'm building a little dam of thread here and that lead behind the cone. I'm leaving a little space because I'm actually going to advance, once I cover this lead up a little bit, I'm going to advance my thread actually kind of over the cone. If you're using something heavy like Kevlar, GSP, or flat wax nylon, it works well. This is, you see this in some of John Barr's jig series flies on some of his smallmouth patterns. I always wondered why there was a little line of thread going over. It's not because he would take it off and build this little dam of thread in front and then advance it back. You just do it just like that. That'll help hold that cone head in place and keep it from sliding down the elbow there. So once you have everything covered up, that's kind of your starting point. We're going to use, this is a size large curly tail grub, or curly tail. I like one, where this kind of stem piece is about the length of the hook shank, and I tie it right down the side here, nice and straight, all the way back to the bend. And once that thing hits the water and you pull it, it'll straighten out like this. If you tie it the other way, kind of in line with the hook, I don't think it rides or swims as well. This is going to ride hook point up, kind of reverse and jig through the water column. So I feel that it fishes and swims best with the tail in that position there. Body's really simple. Just going to tie in some regular large rayon chenille and some leech yarn or mohair. And so I'm actually going to put that mohair in first, just really quick, and kind of keep it out of the way there. Get my rayon chenille, expose a little bit of that cord, tie it in there on the side, wrap all the way back. Just bring your thread up right behind that cone and you can get it kind of snug and up and out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and start my wraps. You can double wrap it if you want a thicker body. You can single wrap it, leave it kind of sparse. However you want it to look. You can tie these with Estaz, body fur, and trim them. Any material you want. Sparkle chenille, Palmer chenille. I've seen it done a trillion different ways. All of them look good. They all fish well. Some of the first versions we ever tied in fish were basically just like this, like what you see here. Just a little bit of chenille and some thread. I'm going to take this leech yarn, though, little dubbing brush, tease this stuff out. I just like this. It gives it a little bit of a buggier looking body. As you kind of palmer this stuff forward, you can kind of tease it out and lay it, make sure it doesn't get wrapped around your hook point there. You can add rubber legs if you want. Really no right or wrong to this, as long as it swims properly and it's relatively easy to cast. But like these flies, we fish them for bass. A lot of times they'll eat them year round, but you can make these things really heavy to penetrate current. You know, you're fishing eddies pre-spawn. You can get that fly in there, it'll sink real fast. Some of the lighter weight or more neutrally buoyant flies will get kind of drug out of your strike zone. This can get down deep, and you can also strip and fish it very fast, so you can cover a lot of water, where some of those other bait fish patterns again kind of suspend. The drag will grab them, the current will grab them, they'll drag out, and they won't make as natural a presentation. So just tying this off here, kind of finishing this up, and then just going to whip finish, and that flies pretty well done. I'll show you a few other examples of what you can do right there, kind of at the end. If you want, you can add some rubber legs. That leech yarn will get crazy at times. You can come in and kind of taper it back, but that's essentially the fly there. You can see, you know, you can add rubber legs and skirts. You can make these actually quite large and fish them much like you would fish a spinnerbait on conventional gear. But Chuck did a great job building these curly tails. We've got them in small, large, and then we've got worm tails that are, you know, 4, 5, 6 inches long that make great patterns as well. So get a bunch of colors, a couple different size hooks and cones, and different types of weight, and have fun with it.